Welcome, weary souls, to the most peaceful sanctuary in all of Hogwarts. I'm here to guide you on a journey to the very top of the castle, where ancient stones meet starlit skies, and where the gentle whisper of wind through weathered battlements carries away the worries of your day. Tonight, we're ascending the winding spiral staircase to the Astronomy Tower, that magnificent crown jewel of Hogwarts architecture that has watched over countless generations of students. Here, beneath the vast expanse of the Scottish night sky, you'll find the perfect refuge from a world that never seems to slow down. Picture this. You've just climbed the final stone step. You're breathing steady and calm as you emerge onto the circular platform of the tower. The cool night air greets you like an old friend, carrying with it the faint scent of heather from the distant highlands and the crisp promise of dreams yet to come. Above you stretches an endless canvas of midnight blue, punctuated by thousands upon thousands of glittering stars. But this isn't just any ordinary evening at the tower. Tonight, something magical is happening. The celestial sphere is putting on its most spectacular performance, as if the very cosmos knows you need this moment of perfect tranquility. The stars seem to pulse with a gentle rhythm, like the universe itself is breathing, inviting you to match your own breath to its ancient cadence. As you settle into the comfortable observation area, you notice how the tower seems to exist in its own pocket of time. The usual sounds of the castle below fade to barely perceptible whispers. No hurried footsteps in the corridors, no portraits chattering amongst themselves, no distant laughter from common rooms. Just you, the stars, and the profound silence that only comes when you're truly alone with the night sky. The stone beneath you still holds the faintest warmth from the day's sun, a gentle reminder that even in the deepest night, comfort can be found. You lean back against the curved wall of the tower, feeling the ancient stones that have supported countless stargazers before you. Students who came here to study the movements of planets, to chart the phases of the moon, to seek answers in the wheeling constellations overhead. But tonight, you're not here for academic pursuits. Tonight, you're here for something far more precious. Peace. The kind of deep, restorative calm that seems impossible to find in our hurried world below. Here, in this sacred space between earth and sky, time moves differently. Each moment stretches like honey, golden and sweet, allowing your mind to finally release its grip on the day's tensions. Look up now and let your eyes adjust to the magnificent tapestry above. See how the Milky Way stretches across the heavens like a river of light, its gossamer trail connecting one horizon to the other. Notice how some stars shine with a steady, ancient light, while others seem to twinkle and dance, as if they're winking at you across the vast distances of space. There's Polaris, the North Star, constant and reliable, a celestial lighthouse that has guided travelers for millennia. And there, sweeping majestically across the sky, you can make out the Great Bear, Ursa Major, its familiar pattern a comfort to anyone who has ever looked up at the night sky and wondered about their place in the grand scheme of things. The beauty of this moment lies not just in what you can see, but in what you can feel. There's something profoundly humbling about standing beneath such immensity, yet paradoxically, it's also deeply comforting. You are part of something vast and wonderful, connected to every star, every planet, every cosmic dance that has been playing out since the dawn of time. As you breathe in the crisp night air, you begin to notice the subtle sounds that make up the tower's nighttime symphony. The gentle whisper of wind through the stone archways creates a soft, continuous harmony. Occasionally, you hear the distant call of a nightbird, perhaps an owl making its rounds across the castle grounds. Sometimes, if you listen very carefully, you can hear the faint rustle of leaves from the forbidden forest far below, a reminder of the wild, untamed world that surrounds this bastion of learning and magic. The temperature is perfect for this kind of peaceful contemplation, cool enough to keep you alert and refreshed, but not so cold that you feel uncomfortable. There's something about the crisp night air that seems to clear your mind, washing away the mental clutter that accumulates during busy days. Each breath feels cleaner, purer, as if the very air at this height carries with it some essence of clarity and calm. From your vantage point, you can see the gentle glow of lights in the castle windows below, warm squares of amber that speak of cozy common rooms and peaceful dormitories where other students are settling in for the night. The sight fills you with a sense of belonging, of being part of a community even in your solitude. You're connected to all those other souls finding their own moments of peace tonight. The stars above seem to pulse with a rhythm all their own, a cosmic heartbeat that speaks to something deep within your soul. Some nights, when conditions are perfect like tonight, you can almost feel the rotation of the earth beneath you, that slow, steady spin that carries us all through space on our shared journey around the sun. It's a reminder that we're all travelers together on this beautiful blue planet, spinning through the cosmos in a dance that's been going on for billions of years. As you continue to gaze upward, you might notice how your breathing has naturally slowed and deepened. The act of stargazing seems to activate some ancient part of our consciousness, a connection to our ancestors who looked up at these same stars and found in them guidance, comfort, and wonder. The night sky was their calendar, their compass, their storybook filled with tales of heroes and monsters, love and adventure. Tonight, let it be your sanctuary. Let the gentle light of the stars wash over you like a celestial blessing, carrying away any stress or worry that you've been carrying. Feel how your shoulders naturally relax as you surrender to the peaceful embrace of the night. Your mind, which may have been racing with thoughts and concerns, begins to quiet, like ripples on a pond, gradually stilling to perfect smoothness. The tower itself seems to be breathing with you now, its ancient stones expanding and contracting ever so slightly with the temperature changes of the night. You're part of something timeless here, connected to centuries of students who have found solace in this very spot, who have looked up at these same stars and felt their troubles fade away in the face of such cosmic beauty. There's a particular magic to being in a high place at night, surrounded by the vastness of space. It puts everything into perspective in the most gentle way possible. The worries that seem so large during the day begin to shrink to their proper size when viewed against the backdrop of infinity. Problems that felt overwhelming become manageable when you remember that you're part of something much greater than yourself. The night air carries with it the faintest hint of the changing seasons. Perhaps it's the crisp promise of autumn, with its golden leaves and cozy evenings. Or maybe it's the fresh hope of spring, when the world awakens from its winter slumber and everything feels possible again. Whatever season holds you in its embrace tonight, the stars remain constant, a reminder that some things endure beyond the cycles of earthly time. As you settle more deeply into this moment of perfect peace, you begin to notice how the boundary between yourself and the night sky seems to blur. You're not just observing the stars, you're part of the cosmic tapestry they weave. The carbon in your body was forged in the heart of ancient stars, making you quite literally stardust, connected to the universe in the most fundamental way possible. This realization brings with it a profound sense of belonging and peace. You're exactly where you need to be, exactly when you need to be here. The universe conspired to bring you to this moment, to this tower, to this perfect night when the stars shine just for you. The gentle breeze shifts slightly, carrying with it new scents and sounds. Perhaps the distant fragrance of night-blooming flowers from the castle gardens, or the clean smell of rain-washed stone. These subtle changes in the air remind you that you're alive, present, and fully experiencing this magical moment. Above you, a shooting star traces a brief, brilliant path across the heavens. A cosmic reminder that even in the vastness of space, moments of wonder and beauty appear when we least expect them. Make a wish if you'd like, or simply appreciate the gift of witnessing such ephemeral magic. The star's brief journey across the sky mirrors our own lives, brilliant and meaningful even in their brevity. The gentle rhythms of the tower seem to sync with your own heartbeat now, creating a harmony between your mortal form and this timeless sanctuary. As you breathe more slowly, more deliberately, you can feel the ancient magic that permeates these stones, beginning to work its subtle enchantment upon your weary spirit. Notice how the starlight catches on the weathered surfaces around you, creating patterns of silver and shadow that shift and dance with each passing cloud. The astronomical instruments scattered throughout the tower catch these celestial rays, their brass surfaces gleaming softly in the darkness. These tools, used by generations of students to map the heavens, stand as silent sentinels in the night, bearing witness to your moment of profound tranquility. The wind picks up slightly, carrying with it the sound of distant water lapping against the shores of the black lake far below. It's a rhythmic, hypnotic sound that seems to echo the eternal dance of the tides, controlled by the same moon that now bathes everything in its gentle silver light. The moon itself hangs like a luminous pearl in the velvet sky, its craters and mountains visible in stunning detail from your elevated perch. As your eyes continue their journey across the night sky, you begin to notice the subtle differences in the stars themselves. Some burn with a cool blue light, ancient giants that have watched over the earth for eons. Others glow with warm golden hues, younger stars full of energy and promise. Each one tells a story that spans millions of years, and tonight they're all sharing their tales with you. The tower's circular design seems particularly meaningful in moments like this. There are no corners here, no harsh angles to catch your attention or create tension. Everything flows in gentle curves, mirroring the celestial bodies that wheel overhead. This roundness creates a sense of completeness, of wholeness, as if you're cradled within a perfect sphere of peace and protection. From somewhere deep within the castle below comes the faint chiming of a clock, marking another hour's passage into the night. But here in your elevated sanctuary, time feels suspended, stretched like taffy between the moments. Each second is a gift to be savoured, a breath to be appreciated, a heartbeat to be treasured. The usual urgency of daily life has no power here, dissolved by the vast patience of the cosmos. Your hands rest comfortably on the worn stone ledge before you, and you can feel the subtle vibrations that run through the entire structure. It's not instability, but rather the tower's way of remaining alive, of breathing with the earth itself. These ancient stones have absorbed countless nights of starlight, storing that celestial energy in their very molecules, and now they're sharing that accumulated peace with you. The scent of the night continues to evolve around you, bringing new fragrances with each shift of the breeze. Now, there's a hint of wood smoke from some distant chimney, mixing with the clean smell of mountain air and the green freshness of the Scottish Highlands. These aromas weave together into a tapestry of comfort, each one carrying its own small promise of home and safety. As you gaze deeper into the star-filled expanse above, you begin to see patterns within patterns, stories written in light across the darkness. The constellation of Draco winds its serpentine way around Polaris, while Cassiopeia sits regally on her celestial throne. These ancient star patterns have guided sailors across oceans, helped farmers know when to plant their crops, and inspired countless stories around fires, much like the ones whose smoke you can smell on the wind. The beauty of this moment lies in its perfect simplicity. You don't need to do anything, achieve anything, or become anything other than exactly what you are right now. The stars don't judge, the wind doesn't demand, and the stones don't expect. They simply exist, sharing their timeless presence with anyone wise enough to seek them out in moments like this. Your breathing has found its own natural rhythm now, deep and slow, perfectly matched to the gentle pulse of the night around you. With each inhalation, you draw in not just air, but peace itself, as if the atmosphere at this height is saturated with tranquility. With each exhalation, you release the accumulated tensions of the day, watching them dissolve into the vastness like morning mist before the sun. The temperature has settled into that perfect balance where you're neither warm nor cold, but simply comfortable in your own skin. The stone beneath you has adjusted to your presence, offering its support without demand or complaint. Everything here exists in perfect harmony, from the grandest celestial dance to the smallest whisper of wind through stone. Occasionally, a night bird calls from somewhere in the darkness below, its voice carrying clearly in the still air. These sounds don't disturb the peace. Instead, they enhance it, adding layers of natural music to the symphony of the night. An owl's haunting call, the rustle of wings against stone, the distant splash of something moving in the lake. All these sounds weave together into a lullaby of the Scottish Highlands. The castle below you sleeps peacefully, its windows glowing like earthbound stars in the darkness. You can almost feel the dreams of all those sleeping within its walls, a collective unconscious that rises like gentle mist to mingle with the night air around your tower. You're the guardian of all those peaceful sleepers, watching over them from your celestial perch while they rest safely in their beds. As the night deepens around you, the stars seem to grow brighter, more vivid, as if responding to your appreciation of their ancient light. The Milky Way stretches across the sky like a bridge between worlds, and for a moment, you can almost imagine walking along that stellar pathway, journeying among the stars themselves. But you're content here, in this perfect moment, suspended between earth and heaven. The winds shift again, bringing with it a coolness that speaks of vast distances and empty spaces, of mountain peaks touched with snow and forests dark with mystery. But rather than making you feel small or alone, these hints of the wider world only serve to emphasize how perfectly placed you are, right here, right now, in this magical tower that serves as a bridge between the earthly and the eternal. Your eyelids are growing heavy now, not with exhaustion, but with the deep contentment that comes from being exactly where you belong. The stars continue their ancient vigil overhead, patient and eternal, ready to watch over your dreams just as they've watched over countless dreamers before you. The tower holds you safely in its embrace, a sanctuary of stone and starlight, where peace reigns supreme and all is well with the world. The gentle embrace of sleep begins to weave its way through your consciousness now, carried on the wings of starlight and the soft murmur of the highland wind. Your body has found its perfect position against the weathered stones, each curve and angle of the ancient masonry seeming to cradle you with the wisdom of centuries. The tower has become your cocoon, a protective shell that holds you suspended between the earth below and the infinite sky above. As your awareness begins to drift, you notice how the sounds around you seem to grow softer, more distant, as if they're being filtered through layers of silk. The wind's whisper becomes a lullaby. The distant calls of night creatures transform into a gentle chorus, singing you towards slumber. Even your own heartbeat seems to slow and deepen, finding harmony with the ancient rhythms of the castle itself. The stars above appear to pulse more gently now, their light taking on a dreamlike quality that seems to reach down and touch your closed eyelids with fingers of silver radiance. Each point of light becomes a guardian angel, watching over your peaceful descent into sleep. The constellations seem to rearrange themselves into patterns of comfort and protection, forming a celestial blanket that wraps around your spirit. Your breathing has become so natural, so effortless, that you barely notice it anymore. Each inhalation draws in the pure essence of the Scottish night, while each exhalation releases you further from the bonds of waking consciousness. The boundary between your physical form and the tower around you continues to blur until you feel as though you're becoming one with the ancient stones, absorbing their accumulated peace and wisdom. The temperature seems to adjust itself perfectly to your needs, the cool night air providing just the right touch of crispness to keep you comfortable without disturbing your growing drowsiness. The stone beneath you has warmed to your body temperature, creating a perfect resting place that seems custom-made for this moment of surrender to sleep's gentle call. From somewhere far below comes the faint sound of water moving against stone, perhaps waves lapping at the castle's foundations or a stream bubbling through the grounds. This liquid music adds another layer to the night's symphony, a rhythmic undertone that seems to match the slow, steady pulse of your relaxing heart. The sound is hypnotic, drawing you deeper into the peaceful trance that precedes true rest. The scents carried on the night breeze begin to take on an almost magical quality, each fragrance seeming to tell its own story of the Scottish Highlands. There's the clean smell of granite and heather, the green richness of ancient forests, and the crisp purity of mountain air that has travelled hundreds of miles to reach this tower. These aromas weave themselves into your consciousness like threads in a tapestry, creating a sensory map of the wild, beautiful country that surrounds your sanctuary. As sleep draws nearer, your perception of time becomes even more fluid. Minutes might be passing, or hours. It doesn't matter here in this place where the eternal and the momentary exist in perfect balance. The stars continue their slow dance across the heavens, marking time in celestial increments that dwarf human concerns. You're part of that cosmic clockwork now, your own rhythms synchronized with the turning of the earth and the wheeling of the galaxies. The tower's circular walls seem to pulse gently with accumulated starlight, creating a soft, rhythmic glow that ebbs and flows like breathing. This luminescence doesn't disturb your growing sleepiness. Instead, it enhances the dreamlike quality of the experience, making everything feel slightly unreal, touched with magic and wonder. The boundary between waking and sleeping becomes as fluid as the light itself. Your hands rest peacefully at your sides, completely relaxed, fingers slightly curled as if holding onto wisps of dream. The stone ledge where they lie seems to pulse with its own gentle warmth, as if the tower is sharing its life force with you, offering comfort and security as you prepare to surrender to sleep's embrace. Every point where your body touches the ancient masonry becomes a connection point, linking you to centuries of peaceful nights spent in this very spot. The wind shifts once more, bringing with it new mysteries and distant promises. Perhaps it carries the scent of rain approaching from the Western Highlands, or the earthy richness of peat bogs stretching away into the darkness. These fragrances don't intrude upon your peace. They simply add depth to the sensory tapestry that's wrapping around your consciousness like a blanket woven from the night itself. Above you, the moon continues its ancient journey across the star-filled sky, its silver light growing softer and more diffuse as your eyelids grow heavier. The lunar radiance seems to transform into something almost liquid, flowing down from the heavens to pool around you in gentle waves of luminescence. This celestial tide carries with it all the peace and tranquility of countless quiet nights, washing away the last traces of daily concern. The astronomical instruments scattered throughout the tower catch and reflect this moonlight, creating a constellation of earthbound stars that mirror the heavens above. These brass and bronze surfaces gleam softly in the darkness, their polished curves and angles catching the light and sending it dancing in gentle patterns across the stone walls. The effect is hypnotic, adding another layer to the visual lullaby that's drawing you towards sleep. Your awareness of your physical form begins to fade now, replaced by a sense of floating, of being suspended in a cocoon of starlight and stone. The boundaries between inside and outside, between self and surroundings, dissolve like morning mist touched by sunlight. You're becoming part of the night itself, woven into the fabric of darkness and dreams that blankets the sleeping world below. The distant sounds of the castle continue to reach you, but they're transformed now into the gentlest of whispers. The settling of ancient timbers, the soft footfall of a night watchman making his rounds, the whisper of curtains moving in a drafty corridor. All these sounds blend together into a lullaby of home and safety, reminding you that you're protected and cherished in this magical place. From the forbidden forest comes the occasional call of some nocturnal creature, but even these wild sounds seem tamed by distance and the peaceful atmosphere of your tower sanctuary. An owl's hoot becomes a gentle good-night wish. The rustle of leaves in the darkness transforms into applause from the trees themselves, celebrating your successful journey to this place of perfect rest. The stars above seem to be drawing closer now, their light becoming more personal, more intimate, as if each celestial body is leaning down to whisper sweet dreams into your ear. The constellations rearrange themselves into patterns of comfort and protection, forming a canopy of light that shields you from all harm and worry. You're safe here beneath this stellar blanket, watched over by guardian lights that have shone since the beginning of time. Your breathing has become so slow and regular that it seems to merge with the very breathing of the earth itself. Each inhalation draws in peace and starlight, while each exhalation releases you further into the gentle embrace of approaching sleep. The rhythm is hypnotic, natural, perfectly synchronized with the pulse of the universe around you. The tower's stones seem to hum with a frequency just below the threshold of hearing, a vibration that resonates in your bones and encourages the deepest possible relaxation. This ancient music has been playing for centuries, a song written in granite and mortar, performed by wind and weather, conducted by the patient passage of time. Tonight, you're the honored audience for this timeless concert. The night air grows softer around you, taking on an almost velvet quality that caresses your skin with invisible fingers of comfort. The temperature remains perfect, that ideal balance between cool and warm that encourages the deepest sleep. Every breath brings with it the pure essence of the Scottish Highlands, clean and crisp and filled with the promise of peaceful dreams. As consciousness begins to ebb like a gentle tide, you feel yourself being drawn into the very heart of the tower's magic. The ancient stones seem to pulse with accumulated moonbeams and starlight, their surfaces glowing with a soft phosphorescence that exists just at the edge of perception. This light doesn't wake you. Instead, it guides you gently toward the threshold of dreams, illuminating the path to perfect rest. The wind song grows softer still, becoming less a sound than a feeling. A gentle pressure that rocks you like a cosmic cradle. The tower sways almost imperceptibly with this celestial rhythm, moving in harmony with forces far greater than itself. You're part of this cosmic dance now, your own gentle breathing adding to the symphony of the spheres. Above you, the Milky Way stretches across the heavens like a river of dreams, its gossamer light seeming to flow directly into your consciousness. You can almost feel yourself drifting along that stellar current, carried by the gentle tide of starlight towards shores of perfect peace and rest. The sensation is neither frightening nor overwhelming. It's simply the most natural thing in the world, like coming home after a long journey. The scents of the night continue to evolve around you, each new fragrance adding another layer to your growing drowsiness. Now there's the sweet smell of night-blooming flowers from some hidden garden, mixing with the clean scent of dew forming on stone. These aromas seem to have their own soporific qualities, encouraging deeper and deeper relaxation with each gentle breath. Your body has found its perfect resting position now, every muscle relaxed, every joint comfortable, every breath effortless. The tower cradles you like a mother's arms, its ancient stones warm with accumulated sunlight from countless days, its walls sturdy and protective against any disturbance from the world below. You're completely safe here, completely at peace, ready to surrender to the gentle embrace of sleep. The stars continue their eternal vigil overhead, but their light seems softer now, filtered through the gauze of approaching dreams. Each point of celestial radiance becomes a guardian angel, watching over your rest with infinite patience and love. The constellations form a protective circle around your tower sanctuary, their ancient patterns weaving spells of safety and peace. As the last threads of waking consciousness begin to slip away, you feel yourself being gathered up in invisible arms of starlight and moonbeam, lifted gently into the realm where dreams are born. The tower remains your anchor, your connection to the solid earth below, while your spirit prepares to soar among the stars themselves. The night embraces you completely now, wrapping around you like a blanket woven from shadows and silver light. Every sound becomes a lullaby, every scent a blessing, every breath a step closer to the perfect peace that awaits in sleep's gentle kingdom. The boundary between waking and dreaming dissolves entirely, leaving you suspended in that magical space where anything is possible and all is well. The gentle tide of sleep continues to rise around you now, each wave of drowsiness more profound than the last. Your consciousness floats like a leaf on still water, drifting peacefully between the realm of waking awareness and the soft embrace of dreams. The tower holds you in its ancient arms, a sanctuary carved from stone and starlight where time moves to its own gentle rhythm. The night sky above has become your ceiling now, an infinite dome decorated with countless points of silver fire. Each star pulses with its own quiet heartbeat, and gradually you begin to sense that your own pulse is synchronizing with this celestial rhythm. The universe is breathing you to sleep, each cosmic exhale carrying you deeper into tranquility. From your perch high above the sleeping castle, you can feel the dreams of hundreds of students below rising like warm mist in the cool night air. Their peaceful slumber creates a foundation of serenity that supports your own journey toward rest. You're the watchful guardian of all those sleeping souls, and they in turn are holding space for your own peaceful surrender to sleep's gentle call. The stone beneath you, has absorbed not just the warmth of your body, but something deeper, the very essence of your weariness, drawing it away like a healing balm. The tower seems to understand exactly what you need. Its ancient wisdom accumulated through centuries of providing comfort to tired souls seeking refuge in its heights. Every rough edge has been worn smooth by countless hands, every surface polished by the patient caress of highland winds. The astronomical instruments around you catch the starlight and hold it for a moment before releasing it in soft, diffused glows. These tools of celestial observation have become companions in your journey towards sleep, their brass surfaces warm to the touch, their presence calm. They stand as footing rather than mechanical silent witnesses to your peaceful descent into dreams, guardians of this sacred space between earth and sky. A gentle current of air moves through the tower now, carrying with it the accumulated peace of the entire Scottish countryside. This breeze has travelled over ancient lochs where moonlight water, through dances on dark glens where red deer move like shadows between the trees, across moors where heather blooms purple in the summer sun. All of this natural tranquility is gathered up and brought to you as a gift from the landscape itself. The moon has shifted in its journey across the heavens, and its light now falls at a different angle, creating new patterns of silver and shadow throughout the circular chamber. These shifting geometries of light seem to pulse with their own hypnotic rhythm, encouraging your eyelids to grow heavier with each gentle wave of luminescence. The lunar radiance doesn't disturb your growing drowsiness. Instead, it enhances it, adding layers of visual music to the symphony of peace that surrounds you. Your hands rest completely still now, palms turned upward as if ready to receive whatever gifts the night might offer. The stone where they lie seems to pulse with its own gentle warmth, a steady rhythm that matches the slow beating of your heart. This connection between flesh and ancient masonry creates a circuit of comfort, grounding you to the earth while your spirit prepares to soar among the stars. The scents carried on the night breeze continue their subtle evolution, each new fragrance adding another thread to the tapestry of sensory peace that's wrapping around your consciousness. Now there's the green smell of moss growing in hidden corners of the castle walls, mixed with the clean scent of rain-washed granite and the faint sweetness of wildflowers blooming somewhere in the darkness below. These natural perfumes seem designed specifically to encourage the deepest possible rest. From somewhere in the distance comes the sound of water moving over stone, perhaps a highland stream making its way down from the mountains toward the Black Lake. This liquid music adds another layer to the night's lullaby, a constant gentle murmur that speaks of continuity and flow, of natural rhythms that have persisted since the beginning of time. The sound is so perfectly calibrated to encourage sleep that it might have been composed by the earth itself. The tower's circular walls seem to breathe with you now, their ancient stones expanding and contracting in perfect harmony with your own respiration. This synchronized breathing creates a sense of unity between your mortal form and the timeless architecture that shelters you. You're becoming part of the tower's story, another peaceful chapter in its long history stars. Above you, the con of providing sanctuary to those who seek their stellations continue their slow dance across the heavens, but their movements seem dreamlike now, fluid and graceful, as if they're swimming through an ocean of liquid night. Orion the Hunter strides majestically across the southern sky, while the Great Bear wheels slowly around Polaris, that faithful celestial lighthouse that has guided countless souls through dark nights of the spirit. These star patterns have watched over humanity for millennia, and tonight they're focusing all their ancient wisdom on ensuring your perfect rest. The temperature of the night air has found that magical balance where you're neither warm nor cool, but simply comfortable in the most fundamental way. Your body has released all its tension into the patient stones, which seem to absorb and neutralize every trace of stress or worry you've been carrying. The tower has become a healing chamber, its very atmosphere saturated with the accumulated peace of centuries. Your breathing has become so slow and deep that you barely notice it anymore, each inhalation drawing in starlight and serenity, each exhalation releasing you further from the bonds of waking consciousness. The rhythm is hypnotic, natural, perfectly synchronized with the pulse of the sleeping world below and the turning of the celestial sphere above. You're breathing with the universe now, your own small life perfectly harmonized with the cosmic symphony. The wind shifts again, bringing with it new mysteries and distant promises. Perhaps it carries the scent of snow from the highest peaks of the highlands, or the earthy richness of ancient forests where druids once gathered to read the wisdom of the stars. These fragrances don't intrude upon your peace. They enhance it, adding depth and complexity to the sensory cocoon that's drawing you ever deeper into tranquility. The stones of the tower seem to hum with a frequency just below the threshold of hearing, a vibration that resonates in your bones and encourages complete muscular relaxation. This ancient song has been playing for centuries, composed by wind and weather, performed by the patient settling of massive stones, conducted by the invisible hand of time itself. Tonight, you're the sole audience for this timeless concert, and its music is specifically designed to carry you into the realm of dreams. From the castle below comes the faint sound of a clock chiming the hour, its bronze voice carrying clearly in the still air. But the passage of time feels irrelevant here in your elevated sanctuary, where moments stretch like honey and minutes feel like hours of perfect peace. You're existing in a pocket of eternity, suspended between the urgency of the waking world and the timeless patience of the stars. Your awareness of your physical form continues to fade, replaced by a sensation of floating, of being cradled in invisible arms woven from moonbeams and starlight. The boundary between your body and the night air around it becomes increasingly fluid, until you feel as though you're dissolving into the very atmosphere of peace that fills the tower. This dissolution doesn't frighten you. It feels like the most natural thing in the world, like finally coming home after a long journey through foreign lands. The astronomical charts and instruments scattered throughout the tower seem to pulse with their own gentle life, their brass surfaces catching and reflecting the starlight in patterns that speak of cosmic harmony and celestial order. These tools of observation and measurement have become participants in your journey towards sleep, their presence comforting rather than mechanical, their purpose transformed from scientific to spiritual. Above you, shooting stars occasionally streak across the heavens, brief moments of cosmic fire that trace silver paths against the darkness before vanishing into the void. Each meteoric flash seems timed perfectly to coincide with your deepening drowsiness, as if the universe is sending you personal messages of encouragement and blessing. Make a wish if you'd like, or simply appreciate these celestial gifts as signs that you're exactly where you need to be. The night sounds around you have merged into a single continuous lullaby now. The whisper of wind through stone, the distant call of an owl, the gentle rustle of leaves in some hidden garden, the far-off murmur of water over rock. These sounds don't disturb your growing sleepiness. They enhance it, creating layers of natural music that seems specifically composed to encourage the deepest possible rest. Your eyelids have become impossibly heavy now, weighted down by the accumulated starlight that seems to pool in your consciousness like liquid silver. Each blink lasts a little longer than the last, your eyes remaining closed for extended moments, as if they're practicing for the longer rest that's approaching. The darkness behind your eyelids is soft and welcoming, shot through with gentle patterns of light that pulse in harmony with your slowing heartbeat. The tower's protective embrace seems to tighten around you now, its circular walls creating a perfect sanctuary where nothing can disturb your peaceful descent into sleep. You're safe here, completely and utterly secure, watched over by ancient stones and eternal stars, cradled in the arms of a night that seems designed specifically for your comfort and rest. The scents of the Highland night continue to evolve around you, each new fragrance more subtle and soothing than the last. Now there's the clean smell of dew forming on granite, the sweet perfume of night-blooming jasmine from some secret garden, the crisp purity of mountain air that has traveled hundreds of miles to reach your elevated perch. These aromas seem to have their own soporific qualities, encouraging deeper and deeper relaxation with each gentle breath. From somewhere far below comes the sound of the black lake lapping against its shores, a rhythmic whisper that speaks of tides and currents, of natural cycles that have persisted since the world was young. This liquid music adds yet another layer to the night's symphony, a bass note that resonates in your chest and encourages your heart to slow its beating to match the eternal rhythm of water against stone. The moon continues its ancient journey across the star-filled sky, its silver light growing softer and more diffuse as your consciousness prepares to slip away into dreams. The lunar radiance seems to transform into something almost tangible, flowing down from the heavens to pool around you in gentle waves of luminescence that rock you like a cosmic cradle. This celestial tide carries with it all the peace and tranquility of countless quiet nights. Your body has found its perfect resting position now, every muscle completely relaxed, every joint comfortable, every breath effortless and automatic. The stone beneath you has warmed to your body temperature, creating a resting place that seems custom-made for this moment of surrender to sleep's gentle embrace. You're sinking into the very stones themselves, becoming one with the ancient masonry that has provided comfort to countless souls before you. The stars above seem to be singing now, their light transformed into music that exists just at the edge of perception. This celestial chorus performs a lullaby written before the earth was born, its harmonies designed to encourage the deepest possible peace in any soul fortunate enough to hear it. The melody weaves itself into your consciousness like threads of silver light, drawing you ever closer to the threshold of dreams. The night air has taken on an almost liquid quality now, flowing around you like warm water, supporting your tired body and encouraging complete relaxation. Each breath brings with it not just oxygen, but peace itself, as if the very atmosphere at this height has been saturated with tranquility, distilled from starlight and moonbeams. You're breathing in the essence of serenity, and with each exhalation, you're releasing the last traces of earthly concern. The wind's song has become so soft now that it exists more as a feeling than a sound, a gentle pressure that rocks you in rhythm with forces far greater than any earthly power. The tower sways almost imperceptibly with this cosmic breathing, moving in harmony with the turning of the earth and the dance of the galaxies. You're part of this universal rhythm now, your own gentle breathing adding to the symphony of the spheres. Above you, the Milky Way stretches across the heavens like a bridge between worlds, its gossamer light seeming to flow directly into your dreaming consciousness. You can feel yourself beginning to drift along that stellar current, carried by the gentle tide of starlight towards shores of perfect peace and rest. The sensation is neither frightening nor overwhelming. It's the most natural thing in the world, like finally letting go of a burden you've been carrying for far too long. The gentle embrace of complete surrender washes over you now, as soft and inevitable as morning mist settling into a valley. Your consciousness floats in that perfect space between waking and sleeping, where thoughts become dreams and dreams become whispers of starlight. The tower holds you in its ancient arms, a guardian crafted from stone and centuries of accumulated peace. The night sky above has transformed into something more than mere darkness punctuated by distant suns. It has become a living tapestry, woven from threads of silver light and cosmic dust, each star a note in an infinite symphony that plays just for you. The constellations seem to lean closer now, their ancient patterns rearranging themselves into configurations of comfort and protection, forming a celestial canopy that shields you from all worldly concerns. Your heartbeat has slowed to match the patient pulse of the earth itself, that deep rhythm that connects all living things in a web of shared existence. Each beat sends gentle waves of relaxation through your entire being, carrying away the last vestiges of tension, like a tide pulling debris from a peaceful shore. You're becoming part of the tower's own heartbeat now, your life force merging with the accumulated life energy of centuries. The stone beneath you seems to breathe with ancient wisdom, each subtle rise and fall of the weathered surface speaking of countless nights like this one, when weary souls have found refuge in this sacred space between earth and heaven. The masonry has absorbed not just heat from your body, but something deeper, your fatigue, your worries, your need for rest, drawing these burdens away like a healing spring that purifies whatever it touches. From the darkness below comes the gentle sound of the castle settling into deeper sleep, timbers creaking softly as they expand and contract with the night's cooling air. These sounds of the building at rest create a foundation of security beneath your own peaceful surrender, reminding you that you're part of a larger sanctuary where hundreds of souls find nightly refuge from the challenges of the waking world. The wind has become something more than moving air now. It's transformed into a river of peace that flows through the tower's arches and around your resting form. This celestial current carries with it the accumulated tranquility of the entire Scottish Highlands, gathered from moonlit lochs and mist-shrouded glens, from ancient forests where time moves to its own patient rhythm. Each breath draws this highland serenity deep into your lungs, where it spreads through your bloodstream like liquid starlight. Above you, meteors trace brief arcs of fire across the darkness, each streak of light a blessing written across the night sky in a language older than words. These cosmic messengers seem to appear precisely when you need them most, their fleeting brilliance offering gentle reassurance that you're watched over by forces far greater than earthly understanding. The universe itself is conspiring to ensure your perfect rest. The astronomical instruments scattered throughout the tower have taken on lives of their own in the shifting moonlight, their polished surfaces reflecting not just celestial radiance, but something deeper. The accumulated dreams of every stargazer who has ever used them to chart the heavens. These tools of observation have become talismans of peace, their presence transforming the tower into a temple dedicated to the worship of rest and tranquility. Your breathing has become so synchronized with the cosmic rhythm around you that you can no longer tell where your own life force ends and the universe's begins. Each inhalation draws in stardust and serenity, while each exhalation releases you further into the gentle embrace of approaching dreams. You're breathing with galaxies now, your small human rhythm perfectly harmonized with the vast respiration of space itself. The scents carried on the night breeze have evolved into something almost otherworldly, each fragrance more ethereal than the last. Now there's the silver smell of moonlight on water, the purple perfume of heather blooming in hidden valleys, the gold scent of sunrise still hours away, but somehow present in the darkness. These aromas seem to exist in a realm between the physical and spiritual, nourishing not just your senses, but your very soul. The tower's circular architecture creates a perfect mandala of peace around your resting form, its curved walls channeling cosmic energies in patterns that encourage the deepest possible relaxation. You're positioned at the center of this stone medicine wheel, where all the forces of earth and sky converge to create a focal point of absolute tranquility. The geometry itself is working its ancient magic upon your consciousness. From somewhere in the distance comes the sound of night-blooming flowers opening to receive the moon's caress, their petals unfolding with whispers so soft they exist at the very edge of perception. This botanical symphony adds another layer to the night's lullaby, reminding you that all of nature is participating in this moment of perfect peace, each creature and plant contributing its own voice to the chorus of serenity. Your awareness of linear time has dissolved completely now, replaced by a sense of existing in an eternal present, where past and future converge into a single point of infinite possibility. The stars above aren't just distant suns, but moments of light that have traveled across vast expanses of space and time to reach you in this perfect instant. You're receiving cosmic mail delivered across millions of years, each photon a personal message of peace. The moon's journey across the heavens has brought it to a position where its light falls directly upon your face, bathing your features in silver radiance that seems to penetrate deeper than mere illumination. This lunar blessing carries with it the accumulated wisdom of countless cycles, the patient knowledge of tides and seasons, growth and rest, the eternal dance between light and darkness that governs all life. The night air around you has become dense with accumulated peace, as if the very atmosphere has been saturated with the distilled essence of tranquility. Each molecule of oxygen carries with it the potential for deeper rest, while every carbon dioxide molecule you exhale takes with it another trace of worldly concern. You're breathing peace and exhaling worry in the most natural exchange imaginable. Your body has achieved that perfect state of relaxation where every cell seems to sigh with contentment, releasing tension that you didn't even know you were carrying. Muscles that have been tight for months suddenly remember what it feels like to be completely soft. Joints that have ached with the weight of daily stress discover the luxury of absolute ease. The tower's healing energy is working its way through your entire physical being. The stones beneath you pulse with their own gentle heartbeat now, a rhythm so deep and slow that it seems to emanate from the very core of the earth. This geological pulse speaks of time measured in eons rather than seconds, of patience so profound that it makes all human urgency seem like the buzzing of insects. You're tapping into the Earth's own capacity for endless rest and restoration. Above you, the star patterns seem to shift and flow like a slow river of light, each constellation breathing with its own cosmic rhythm. Ursa Major inhales starlight and exhales silver radiance, while Cassiopeia pulses with the steady beat of celestial time. These stellar formations have become living entities, participating in your journey toward perfect sleep. Their ancient light specifically calibrated to encourage the deepest possible rest. The wind song has evolved into something that exists beyond sound, becoming instead a vibration that resonates in your bones and encourages your very atoms to slow their dance. This cosmic frequency is the universe's own lullaby, a melody that has been playing since the first stars ignited and will continue long after the last sun has faded into darkness. Tonight, you're the privileged audience for this eternal concert. From the black lake far below comes the sound of gentle waves lapping against the shoreline, each liquid whisper carrying with it the memory of ancient rains and distant seas. This aquatic music speaks of cycles within cycles, of water that has fallen as snow on mountain peaks, flowed through highland streams, and finally come to rest in this magical lake that reflects the stars like a mirror made of dreams. Your consciousness has become as fluid as that distant water, flowing like a gentle stream toward the ocean of sleep that awaits just beyond the horizon of awareness. Each thought that arises dissolves immediately into this current of peace, carried away by the tide of tranquility that surrounds your resting form. You're learning to let go of the need to hold on to anything, allowing yourself to drift with complete trust in the night's embrace. The tower's ancient stones seem to glow with their own inner light now, as if centuries of absorbed moonlight and starshine are finally being released in gentle waves of luminescence. This phosphorescent embrace cradles you like the arms of a cosmic mother, providing not just physical support, but spiritual nourishment that feeds your soul's deepest hunger for peace and rest. The astronomical charts scattered throughout the chamber flutter gently in the night breeze, their parchment pages whispering secrets of celestial navigation and stellar wisdom. These maps of the heavens seem to be plotting a course specifically for your journey into sleep, charting a path through the constellations that will carry you safely to the shores of dreams. You're about to embark on the most natural voyage imaginable. Above you, the Milky Way has become a river of pure possibility, its spiral arms reaching across the sky like the embrace of infinity itself. This galactic current seems to be flowing directly toward your resting place, bringing with it the accumulated dreams of every soul who has ever gazed up at the night sky and wished for peace. You're about to join that eternal stream of dreamers. The night sounds around you have merged into a single, perfect chord of tranquility. The whisper of wind through stone harmonizing with the distant call of a night bird. The gentle rustle of leaves providing percussion for the bass note of water moving over ancient rock. This symphony of peace has been composed specifically for this moment, when your soul is ready to surrender completely to sleep's gentle sovereignty. Your breathing has become so soft and regular that it barely disturbs the night air around you, each inhalation drawing in starlight and peace, each exhalation releasing you further into the embrace of approaching dreams. The rhythm is hypnotic, ancient, perfectly synchronized with the pulse of the sleeping world below and the turning of the cosmic wheel above. You're breathing with eternity now. The temperature of the night air has achieved that magical balance where comfort becomes a living thing, wrapping around your body like a blanket woven from moonbeams and mountain mist. This perfect climate encourages every fiber of your being to relax completely, creating conditions where sleep becomes not just possible, but inevitable, as natural as the tide returning to shore. From somewhere in the castle's depths comes the faint sound of a grandfather clock chiming the midnight hour, its bronze voice carrying a message of transition and transformation. But time has lost all meaning here in your elevated sanctuary, where moments stretch like golden honey and minutes feel like gentle eternities of perfect peace. You're existing in a pocket dimension where only rest and restoration matter. The stone walls of the tower seem to breathe with accumulated wisdom now, their surfaces pulsing with the gentle rhythm of centuries. These ancient blocks have absorbed not just heat and cold, sun and rain, but something far more precious, the peaceful dreams of every soul who has ever found refuge in this sacred space. Tonight, they're sharing that accumulated serenity with you. Your body has found its perfect resting position, every curve and angle of your form supported by stones that seem to have been carved specifically for this moment. The tower has become your bed, your sanctuary, your bridge between the earthly realm of daily concerns and the celestial kingdom of dreams and visions. You're poised on the threshold of the most natural transition imaginable. Above you, the stars continue their eternal dance, but their light has taken on a dreamlike quality that seems to flow like liquid silver through the darkness. Each point of celestial radiance has become a guardian angel, watching over your peaceful descent into sleep with infinite patience and love. The entire universe has become your protector, ensuring that your rest will be deep and restorative. The wind shifts one final time, bringing with it all the accumulated peace of the Scottish Highlands, the tranquility of hidden glens where deer drink from crystal streams, the serenity of ancient forests where oak trees dream in the moonlight, the profound stillness of mountain peaks, where eagles nest among the clouds. This highland blessing settles over you like a benediction. Your consciousness has become as vast and peaceful as the night sky itself, expanding beyond the boundaries of your physical form to encompass the entire tower, the sleeping castle below, the peaceful countryside stretching away in all directions. You're not just resting in this place. You've become part of its eternal story of providing sanctuary to weary souls seeking peace. The astronomical instruments around you pulse with their own gentle life force now, their brass surfaces warm with accumulated starlight, their purpose transformed from scientific to spiritual. These tools of celestial observation have become participants in your journey toward perfect sleep, their presence blessing rather than mechanical, their energy healing rather than analytical. From the darkness comes one final gift, the sound of your own heartbeat slowing to match the patient pulse of the earth itself, that deep rhythm that connects all living things in a web of shared existence. Each beat sends waves of profound relaxation through your entire being, carrying you closer and closer to the threshold where waking consciousness dissolves into the gentle embrace of dreams. The night sky above has become your ceiling, your canopy, your bridge to the infinite realm where sleep and spirit dance together in perfect harmony. The stars are no longer distant points of light, but intimate companions, each one singing its own note in the cosmic lullaby that has been composed specifically for your soul's deepest need for rest and restoration. Your eyelids, heavy with accumulated starlight and the weight of perfect peace, finally close for the last time tonight. Behind them, patterns of silver and gold dance in harmony with your slowing pulse, creating a private aurora that welcomes you into the realm of dreams. The boundary between waking and sleeping dissolves like morning mist touched by the first rays of dawn. The tower cradles you in its ancient embrace as you drift away from the shores of consciousness, carrying with you the blessings of starlight and stone, wind and wisdom, peace and profound rest. You're sailing now on currents of pure tranquility, guided by celestial navigation toward harbors of healing sleep, where your soul can restore itself in preparation for whatever adventures tomorrow may bring. The last thing you're aware of is the gentle presence of the universe itself, vast and patient and infinitely loving, watching over your peaceful rest with the same care it shows to every sparrow that sleeps in its nest, every flower that closes its petals to the night, every star that burns with quiet constancy in the darkness. You're part of something magnificent and eternal, and in this perfect moment, all is well with the world. The gentle tide of dreams begins to carry you now, your consciousness floating like a feather on the softest current imaginable. The tower has become more than shelter. It's transformed into a vessel of pure tranquility, sailing through the night on winds woven from starlight and ancient Scottish mists. Every stone seems to hum with contentment, as if the very architecture is pleased to offer you this perfect sanctuary. Your breathing has synchronized completely with the cosmic rhythm around you, each inhalation drawing in the essence of Highland peace, while each exhalation releases you further from the moorings of waking thought. The air itself has become medicine, saturated with the healing properties of mountain streams and heather-scented breezes that have traveled countless miles to reach your elevated refuge. The astronomical instruments scattered throughout the chamber catch fragments of moonlight and hold them like precious gems, their polished surfaces creating a constellation of earthbound stars that mirror the heavens above. These brass companions seem to pulse with their own gentle heartbeat, as if they too are participants in this sacred ceremony of rest. Their presence adds layers of comfort to your sanctuary, transforming scientific tools into guardians of peace. From somewhere far below, the faint sound of the castle's foundations settling into deeper rest creates a bass note that resonates through the tower's stone core. This architectural lullaby speaks of stability and permanence, reminding your subconscious mind that you're supported by something far greater than yourself. The entire structure breathes with you now, its ancient stones expanding and contracting in perfect harmony with your own gentle respiration. The night air moves through the tower's arches like liquid serenity, carrying with it the accumulated tranquility of the entire Scottish countryside. Each breath brings whispers of distant lochs, where moonlight dances on dark water, of secret glens where red deer move like shadows between ancient trees, of moors where purple heather blooms in endless waves beneath the summer sun. All of this natural peace has been gathered and concentrated here just for you. Your body has achieved a state of relaxation so profound that you can feel your very cells sighing with contentment. Muscles that have carried tension for months suddenly remember what true softness feels like, while joints that have ached with the weight of daily concerns discover the luxury of complete ease. The tower's healing energy works its way through your entire being like warm honey, dissolving every trace of physical discomfort. Above you, the constellations continue their eternal dance, but their movements have taken on a dreamlike quality that seems to flow in harmony with your deepening drowsiness. Orion the Hunter strides majestically across the southern sky, his belt of 3 bright stars pulsing with the rhythm of your slowing heart. The Great Bear wheels slowly around Polaris, that faithful celestial lighthouse that has guided countless souls through dark nights of the spirit. The moon's silver radiance has transformed into something almost tangible now, flowing down from the heavens to pool around your resting form in gentle waves of luminescence. This celestial tide carries with it the accumulated wisdom of countless lunar cycles, the patient knowledge of tides and seasons, growth and rest, the eternal dance between light and darkness that governs all existence. You're bathed in liquid moonlight that penetrates deeper than mere illumination. The scents carried on the night breeze continue their subtle evolution, each new fragrance more ethereal and soothing than the last. Now there's the silver smell of dew forming on ancient granite, the the golden perfume of gorse blooming on distant hillsides, the crystal scent of spring water bubbling up from hidden sources deep within the earth. These aromas exist in a realm between the physical and spiritual, nourishing not just your senses, but your very essence. Your awareness of linear time has dissolved completely, replaced by a sense of existing in an eternal present, where past and future converge into a single point of infinite possibility. The stars above aren't just distant suns, but moments of light that have traveled across vast expanses of space and time to reach you in this perfect instant. You're receiving cosmic messages delivered across millions of years, each photon carrying personal wishes for your peaceful rest. The tower's circular walls create a perfect mandala of protection around your slumbering form. Their curved stones channeling earth energies and celestial forces in patterns that encourage the deepest possible healing. You're positioned at the sacred center of this stone medicine wheel, where all the powers of earth and sky converge to create a focal point of absolute tranquility. The ancient geometry works its magic upon your consciousness with mathematical precision. From the black lake far below comes the rhythmic whisper of gentle waves against the shoreline, each liquid caress carrying with it memories of mountain snow and highland rain. This aquatic symphony speaks of cycles within cycles, of water that has fallen from clouds, flowed through countless streams, and finally come to rest in this magical lake that mirrors the stars like a pool of liquid dreams. The sound creates a foundation of peace beneath all other night music. Your consciousness has become as fluid as that distant water, flowing like a gentle river toward the vast ocean of sleep that awaits just beyond the horizon of awareness. Each thought that arises dissolves immediately into this current of peace, carried away by tides of tranquility that know exactly where to take you. You're learning the art of complete surrender, allowing yourself to drift with perfect trust in the night's embrace. The wind's song has evolved beyond mere sound into something that resonates in the very atoms of your being. A cosmic frequency that encourages every particle of your existence to slow its dance and find perfect stillness. This universal lullaby has been playing since the first stars ignited and will continue long after the last sun fades into darkness. Tonight, you're the honored guest at this eternal concert of peace. The stone beneath you pulses with its own deep rhythm now, a geological heartbeat so slow and profound that it seems to emanate from the very core of the earth. This primordial pulse speaks of time measured in eons rather than seconds, of patience so vast that it makes all human urgency seem like the flutter of butterfly wings. You're connecting with the planet's own infinite capacity for rest and restoration. Above you, meteors occasionally streak across the heavens like cosmic brushstrokes painting messages of blessing across the darkness. Each brief arc of celestial fire seems perfectly timed to coincide with your deepening peace, as if the universe is sending you personal notes of encouragement and love. These shooting stars carry your wishes up into the infinite, where they join the eternal chorus of hopes and dreams. The astronomical charts flutter gently in the night breeze, their parchment pages whispering ancient secrets of navigation among the stars. These maps of the heavens seem to be plotting a course specifically designed for your journey into dreams, charting safe passage through constellations of rest toward harbors of healing sleep. You're about to embark on the most natural voyage your soul has ever undertaken. Your heartbeat has slowed to match the patient rhythm of the Earth's own pulse, that deep bass note that connects all living things in an invisible web of shared existence. Each beat sends gentle waves of relaxation radiating outward from your chest, carrying peace to every corner of your being, while drawing you closer to the threshold where consciousness dissolves into dreams. You're becoming one with the fundamental rhythm of life itself. The night sounds around you have woven themselves into a single, perfect symphony of tranquility. The whisper of wind through ancient stone provides the melody, while the distant call of a night bird adds delicate harmonies. The gentle rustle of leaves creates subtle percussion, and the far-off murmur of water over rock supplies the deep bass notes that anchor this celestial composition in earthly comfort. The temperature of the air around you has achieved that miraculous balance where comfort becomes a living presence, wrapping your body in an invisible embrace, woven from mountain mist and moonbeams. This perfect climate encourages every fiber of your being to release completely into rest, creating atmospheric conditions where sleep becomes as inevitable as sunrise, as natural as breathing itself. From somewhere in the castle's depths comes the soft chiming of a clock, marking another hour's passage. But the sound reaches you as if from across vast distances of space and time. Here in your elevated sanctuary, minutes feel like gentle eternities and hours like single heartbeats. You're existing in a pocket dimension where only peace matters, where the urgency of the waking world cannot penetrate. The tower's ancient masonry seems to glow with accumulated starlight now, as if centuries of absorbed celestial radiance are finally being released in waves of gentle phosphorescence. This ethereal illumination doesn't disturb your growing drowsiness, but enhances it, creating a cocoon of soft light that cradles your consciousness like the tender embrace of a cosmic mother. You're wrapped in starlight itself. Your body has found its perfect resting position, every curve and angle supported by stones that seem to have been shaped by time itself specifically for this moment. The tower has become your bed, your sanctuary, your bridge between the earthly realm of daily concerns and the celestial kingdom where dreams are born. You're poised on the threshold of the most natural transformation imaginable. The Milky Way stretches across the heavens like a river of pure possibility, its spiral arms reaching toward its stellar current. This galactic stream your tower sanctuary, as if offering to carry you along, seems to flow directly through your consciousness now, bringing with it the accumulated dreams of every soul who has ever gazed up at the night sky and yearned for perfect peace. You're about to join that eternal procession of dreamers. From hidden corners of the castle grounds comes the sound of night-blooming flowers opening to receive the moon's caress, their petals unfolding with whispers so soft they exist at the very edge of perception. This botanical symphony adds another layer to the night's lullaby, reminding you that all of nature participates in this sacred hour when the boundary between waking and sleeping becomes as thin as gossamer. Your breathing has become so gentle that it barely stirs the night air, each inhalation drawing in liquid starlight, while each exhalation releases you further into the embrace of approaching dreams. The rhythm is hypnotic, ancient, perfectly synchronized with the pulse of the sleeping world below and the slow rotation of the cosmic wheel above. You're breathing with galaxies now, your small human rhythm harmonized with the vast respiration of space itself. The scents of the highland night have evolved into something almost otherworldly, each fragrance carrying healing properties that work directly upon your soul. There's the purple perfume of heather blooming in moonlit valleys, the silver scent of mist rising from ancient locks, the golden aroma of sunrise still hours away, but somehow present in the darkness. These ethereal fragrances exist in the space between physical and spiritual realms. Your awareness expands beyond the boundaries of your physical form now, encompassing the entire tower, the sleeping castle below, the peaceful countryside stretching away in all directions under the star-filled sky. You're not just resting in this place, you've become part of its eternal story, another chapter in its long history of providing sanctuary to souls seeking refuge from the storms of existence. The astronomical instruments pulse with their own gentle life force, their brass surfaces warm with accumulated moonlight, their purpose transformed from scientific observation to spiritual companionship. These tools of celestial measurement have become participants in your journey toward perfect rest, their presence offering blessing rather than analysis, healing rather than mere information. Above you, the star patterns seem to shift and breathe like a slow river of light, each constellation inhaling cosmic energy and exhaling silver radiance. Cassiopeia pulses with the steady rhythm of celestial time, while the swan spreads its stellar wings in a gesture of eternal protection. These ancient formations have become living entities dedicated to ensuring your peaceful passage into the realm of dreams. The wind carries with it one final gift, the accumulated tranquility of the entire Scottish Highlands, gathered from moonlit peaks where eagles nest among the clouds, from hidden valleys where ancient oaks dream in silver light, from moors where the itself. This Highland blessing settles over silence, is so profound, it becomes a presence unto you, like a benediction spoken in the language of stone and sky. Your consciousness has become as vast and peaceful as the night itself, expanding to embrace not just the tower, but the entire cosmos that wheels slowly overhead. The stars are no longer distant points of light, but intimate companions, each one contributing its voice to the cosmic lullaby that has been composed specifically for your soul's deepest need for rest and restoration. From the darkness comes the sound of your own pulse slowing to match the patient heartbeat of the earth, that fundamental rhythm that connects all living things in an invisible web of shared existence. Each beat sends waves of profound relaxation through your entire being, carrying you closer to the threshold, where the last threads of waking consciousness dissolve into the gentle embrace of healing sleep. The night sky above has become your canopy, your ceiling, your gateway to infinite realms where spirit and slumber dance together in perfect harmony. The boundary between your dreaming mind and the cosmic consciousness that surrounds you grows thinner with each peaceful breath, until there's no difference between your rest and the universe's own eternal repose. Your eyelids, heavy with starlight and the accumulated peace of centuries, remain closed now, as patterns of silver and gold dance behind them in harmony with your slowing pulse. These private auroras welcome you into the realm where dreams are born, where healing happens, where your soul can restore itself in preparation for whatever wonders tomorrow may bring to your awakening consciousness. The tower cradles you in its timeless embrace as you sail away on currents of pure tranquility, guided by celestial navigation toward harbors of restorative sleep. You carry with you the blessings of wind and stone, moonlight and starfire, the accumulated peace of Highland nights, and the patient wisdom of ancient walls that have sheltered countless dreamers before you. In this perfect moment, suspended between earth and sky, between waking and sleeping, between time and eternity, you are exactly where you belong. The universe itself watches over your peaceful rest with the same tender care it shows to every creature that finds refuge in the night, every flower that closes its petals to the darkness, every star that burns with quiet constancy in the infinite depths of space. All is well in your world now, and in the greater world that cradles your small but precious existence. The night holds you safely in its embrace while the stars sing you into the deepest, most restorative sleep you've ever known. Here in the Astronomy Tower, where heaven touches earth and dreams take flight on wings of starlight, your journey into perfect peace has finally begun. The gentle current of dreams carries you now beyond the reach of earthly concerns, into realms where healing happens automatically, and rest comes as naturally as breathing. Tomorrow will bring its own gifts and challenges, but tonight belongs entirely to peace, to restoration, to the sacred act of surrendering completely to sleep's tender sovereignty in this magical place where stars shine just for you. The ancient stones beneath you have become more than mere architecture now. They pulse with the accumulated dreams of 1,000 years, each block infused with the peaceful slumber of countless souls who have found refuge in this celestial sanctuary. You can feel the tower breathing with you, its weathered walls expanding and contracting in perfect synchronization with your own gentle respiration, creating a harmony between mortal flesh and timeless masonry that speaks to something deeper than consciousness. Your body has surrendered completely to the tower's embrace now, every muscle fiber releasing tensions you didn't even know you were carrying. The stone ledge where you rest has molded itself to your form, as if the ancient granite remembers every weary traveler who has ever sought solace in this elevated refuge. Centuries of absorbed sunlight radiate from the rocks beneath you, a geological warmth that penetrates your bones and dissolves the last vestiges of physical discomfort. Above you, the stellar tapestry continues its eternal performance, but the light has taken on qualities that exist beyond mere photons traveling through space. Each star seems to pulse with intentional rhythm, as if the cosmos itself is conducting a symphony designed specifically for your peaceful descent into dreams. The constellations have become living mandalas of light, their patterns shifting ever so slightly to create geometric harmonies that resonate in your very DNA. The wind carries new messages now, whispers of ancient Scotland that speak of lochs so deep they hold memories of the first winter, of glens where time moves backward and forward simultaneously, of stone circles where druids once read the future in star patterns remarkably similar to those wheeling overhead tonight. These highland secrets settle into your consciousness like seeds of peace, taking root in the fertile soil of your relaxing mind. From somewhere far below comes the sound of the castle's heartbeat, a rhythm so deep and slow it exists more as vibration than sound. The massive foundations pulse with the patient endurance of ages, their stone roots extending far into the Scottish bedrock, connecting your tower sanctuary to the very bones of the earth. You're not just resting on a building, you're cradled by a living entity that has stood sentinel over this landscape since before recorded memory began. Your breathing has become so subtle now that it seems to merge with the night air itself, each inhalation drawing in the essence of starlight while each exhalation releases you further from the moorings of waking thought. The boundary between your breath and the atmosphere around you dissolves like morning mist touched by dawn, until you're breathing with the entire Highland night, your small human rhythm perfectly synchronized with the vast respiration of the Scottish countryside. The astronomical instruments scattered throughout the chamber seem to hum with their own quiet life force, their brass surfaces glowing with accumulated moonlight as if they've stored decades of celestial radiance for this very moment. These tools of measurement have transcended their scientific purpose, becoming instead vessels of comfort that channel the healing properties of cosmic observation. Their presence transforms the tower into a temple dedicated to the sacred art of stargazing and the profound peace it brings. The scents carried on the night breeze have evolved into something that exists in the realm between physical sensation and spiritual experience. Now there's the crystalline fragrance of snow on distant peaks, the emerald perfume of moss growing in hidden corners of ancient walls, the amber aroma of peat fires burning in crofters' cottages scattered across the highlands. These ethereal fragrances work directly upon your soul, encouraging deeper and deeper levels of relaxation with each gentle breath. Your awareness of individual identity begins to blur at the edges now, like watercolors bleeding into each other on wet paper. The sense of being a separate entity, observing the night sky, gives way to something far more profound, the recognition that you and the cosmos are expressions of the same fundamental consciousness, temporarily focused into different forms, but ultimately one seamless whole. This realization doesn't frighten or overwhelm. Instead, it brings the deepest peace you've ever known. The moon has continued its ancient journey across the star-filled heavens, and its light now falls at the perfect angle to create new patterns of silver and shadow throughout the circular chamber. These shifting geometries of illumination seem to pulse with their own hypnotic rhythm, each play of light and darkness encouraging your consciousness to sink deeper into the oceanic depths of approaching sleep. The lunar radiance has become a gentle tide that rocks your awareness like a cosmic cradle. From the black lake far below comes the whispered conversation between water and stone, and dialogue that has been continuing for millennia, without pause or interruption. The liquid voices speak of patience that outlasts mountains, of currents that carry messages between centuries, of depths that hold reflections of every star that has ever shone above this magical landscape. This aquatic wisdom rises on the night air like incense, blessing your peaceful transition from waking to dreaming. The tower's circular architecture creates a perfect focal point for cosmic energies, its rounded walls channeling celestial forces into concentrated streams of tranquility that converge exactly where you rest. You're positioned at the sacred center of this stone mandala, where earth magnetism and stellar radiation combine to create conditions of absolute peace. The ancient builders knew exactly what they were doing when they designed this chamber. It's a machine for manufacturing serenity. Your heartbeat has slowed to match the fundamental frequency of the Earth's rotation, that deep pulse that governs tides and seasons, the migration of birds and the blooming of flowers. Each beat sends waves of profound relaxation radiating through your entire circulatory system, carrying cellular messages of rest and restoration to every corner of your physical being. You're synchronizing with the planet's own rhythm, becoming part of its eternal dance through space. The night sounds have woven themselves into a single seamless tapestry of auditory peace. The whisper of wind through stone arches harmonizes with the distant call of a barn owl, while the gentle rustle of ivy against ancient walls provides percussion for the bass note of your own slowing pulse. This symphony of tranquility has been composed by time itself, conducted by forces far greater than human understanding, performed for an audience of one. Above you, shooting stars trace brief messages of blessing across the darkness, each meteoric flash perfectly timed to coincide with your deepening drowsiness. These cosmic messengers carry wishes from distant galaxies, hopes that have traveled millions of years to reach your tower sanctuary at precisely notes of encouragement written this moment. The universe is sending you personal in fire across the infinite pages of space. The stone walls around you seem to breathe with accumulated wisdom, their surfaces pulsing with the gentle rhythm of centuries. These ancient blocks have absorbed not just weather and time, but something far more precious, the peaceful dreams of every soul who has ever found sanctuary in this sacred space. Tonight, they're releasing that stored tranquility like a slow burning incense that fills the air with the essence of perfect rest. Your body has achieved a state of relaxation so complete that you can feel your very atoms slowing their eternal dance, each molecule finding its perfect resting position in the grand architecture of your physical form. Tensions that have been locked in your tissues for years suddenly remember how to release, while joints that have carried the weight of countless worries discover the luxury of effortless support from the patient stones beneath you. The wind shifts with the turning of the earth, bringing new fragrances from hidden corners of the Scottish Highlands. There's the purple scent of heather blooming on moonlit moors, the silver fragrance of mist rising from secret tarns, the golden aroma of gorse flowers opening to greet the night. These natural perfumes seem to have been distilled from the dreams of the landscape itself, concentrated essences of peace that work directly upon your nervous system. From somewhere in the castle's depths comes the soft tolling of a bell, marking another hour's passage. But the sound reaches you as if from across vast distances of space and time. Here in your elevated sanctuary, temporal concerns have no power to disturb your growing peace. Minutes stretch like golden honey. Hours feel like single heartbeats, and the urgent rhythms of daily life fade to barely perceptible whispers in the cosmic background. The astronomical charts flutter gently in the night breeze, their parchment pages covered with calculations and observations made by generations of stargazers who sought to understand their place in the cosmic order. These maps of the heavens seem to be plotting a course specifically designed for your journey into dreams, charting safe passage through constellations of rest toward harbors where healing sleep awaits weary souls. Your consciousness has become as fluid as Mercury, flowing like a gentle river toward the vast ocean of sleep that beckons just beyond the horizon of awareness. Each thought that arises dissolves immediately into this current of peace, carried away by tides of tranquility that know exactly where you need to go. You're learning the ancient art of complete surrender, allowing yourself to drift with perfect trust in the night's infinite wisdom. The Milky Way stretches across the heavens like a bridge between worlds, its spiral arms reaching toward your tower sanctuary as if offering to carry you along its stellar current. This galactic stream seems to flow directly through your relaxing consciousness now, bringing with it the accumulated dreams of every being who has ever gazed up at the night sky and yearned for perfect peace. You're joining an eternal procession of dreamers. The temperature of the night air maintains that miraculous balance where comfort becomes a living presence, wrapping your body in an invisible embrace woven from highland mist and crystalline starlight. This perfect atmospheric condition encourages every cell in your being to release into complete rest, creating environmental harmony where sleep becomes as inevitable as the turning of the earth, as natural as the phases of the moon. Above you, the constellations continue their slow dance across the cosmic ballroom, but their movements have taken on a dreamlike quality that flows in perfect synchronization with your deepening peace. Orion's belt pulses with the rhythm of your slowing heart, while the Great Bear wheels around Polaris, in time with your gentle breathing. The entire stellar sphere has become a vast clockwork designed to measure your descent into restorative slumber. The scents of the Highland night continue their subtle evolution, each new fragrance more ethereal and healing than the last. Now there's the opal perfume of moonlight on water, the crystal aroma of dew forming on ancient granite, the pearl fragrance of mist gathering in hidden valleys, where red deer move like shadows between standing stones. These otherworldly scents exist in the space between physical sensation and spiritual nourishment. Your awareness expands beyond the boundaries of individual identity now, encompassing the entire tower, the sleeping castle below, the peaceful countryside stretching away in all directions beneath the star-filled dome of night. You're not just resting in this place, you've become woven into its eternal story, another thread in the tapestry of souls who have found refuge from life's storms in this celestial sanctuary between earth and sky. The astronomical instruments pulse with their own gentle heartbeat, their polished surfaces warm with decades of absorbed starlight, their purpose transformed from scientific observation to spiritual companionship. These tools of celestial measurement have become guardians of your peace, their presence offering comfort rather than analysis, their energy radiating healing rather than mere information about distant worlds. From the darkness comes the sound of night-blooming flowers opening throughout the castle grounds, their petals unfolding with whispers so soft they exist at the very threshold of perception. This botanical symphony adds layers of natural music to the night's lullaby, reminding you that all of nature participates in this sacred hour when the veils between waking and dreaming become gossamer thin. Your pulse has synchronized completely with the ancient rhythm of the tower itself, that deep geological heartbeat that connects your small human life to the vast patience of stone and time. Each beat of your heart sends gentle waves of relaxation through your entire circulatory system, carrying messages of peace to every organ, every tissue, every cell that comprises your physical being. You're becoming one with the tower's own life force. The wind carries with it the accumulated tranquility of the entire Scottish Highlands, gathered from moonlit peaks where golden eagles nest among the clouds, from hidden glens where ancient oaks dream in silver light, from moors where the silence is so profound it becomes a tangible presence. This highland blessing settles over your resting form like a benediction spoken in the primordial language of stone and sky. Above you, meteors continue to trace brief arcs of celestial fire across the darkness, each shooting star carrying personal messages of peace from distant corners of the universe. These cosmic brushstrokes paint blessings across the infinite canvas of night, reminding you that even in the vastness of space, individual souls matter. Individual moments of rest and restoration are precious beyond measure. The night air moves through the tower's arches like liquid serenity, each breath carrying healing properties that work directly upon your nervous system. The atmosphere at this height seems saturated with the distilled essence of tranquility, concentrated peace that penetrates your lungs and spreads through your bloodstream like medicine made from moonbeams and mountain mist. Your body has found its perfect resting position, every curve and angle supported by stones that seem to have been shaped by geological ages, specifically for this moment of surrender. The tower has become your bed, your sanctuary, your vessel for the journey between the shores of waking consciousness and the infinite ocean of restorative sleep. You're poised on the threshold of the most natural transformation your soul can experience. From somewhere far below comes the gentle lapping of water against ancient foundations, the Black Lake whispering secrets to the castle's stone roots. This aquatic murmur speaks of depths that hold reflections of every star that has ever shone above this magical landscape, of currents that carry dreams between the waking world and realms where healing happens automatically. The sound creates a foundation of liquid peace beneath all other night music. The stellar patterns overhead seem to pulse with intentional rhythm now, as if the entire cosmos has become a vast instrument played by invisible hands for your personal comfort. Each constellation contributes its own note to this celestial symphony, creating harmonies that resonate not just in your ears, but in the very atoms of your being. The universe is singing you to sleep with melodies older than memory. Your breathing has become so gentle that it barely disturbs the night air, each inhalation drawing in liquid starlight, while each exhalation releases you further into the embrace of approaching dreams. The rhythm is hypnotic, ancient, perfectly synchronized, with forces far greater than human understanding. You're breathing with galaxies now, your small mortal rhythm harmonized with the vast respiration of infinite space. The boundary between your consciousness and the cosmic awareness that surrounds you grows thinner with each peaceful moment, until there's no meaningful distinction between your rest and the universe's own eternal repose. You're dissolving into the night itself, becoming one with the darkness that cradles stars and the silence that holds all sound. This dissolution doesn't diminish you. It reveals your true nature as part of something magnificent and eternal. In this perfect moment, suspended between earth and heaven, between time and eternity, between the last whisper of waking thought and the first breath of dream, you are exactly where you belong. The tower holds you safely while the stars sing their ancient lullabies, and the highland wind carries away every trace of concern or worry on wings of pure peace. The gentle current of sleep draws you now beyond the reach of earthly concerns, into realms where restoration happens as naturally as starlight falling on still water. Your journey into the deepest, most healing rest has begun, guided by cosmic navigation and blessed by forces that have watched over dreamers since the first night fell upon the world. Here in your astronomical sanctuary, all is profoundly, perfectly well. The ancient stones seem to pulse with their own inner rhythm now, a frequency so deep it exists below the threshold of conscious hearing, yet resonates through every fiber of your being. This geological heartbeat speaks of patience measured in millennia, of wisdom accumulated grain by grain through countless seasons of sun and storm. You're tapping into something primordial here, a connection that predates human memory and will endure long after the last star fades into cosmic darkness. Your awareness drifts like gossamer on the highland breeze, no longer tethered to the usual concerns of identity and time. The tower has become more than architecture. It's transformed into a living mandala of peace, its circular walls channeling energies that spiral inward toward the sacred center where you rest. Every stone has been precisely placed by forces that understood the deep mathematics of tranquility, creating a geometric harmony that encourages the most profound rest imaginable. The night air carries new mysteries with each gentle shift of the wind, fragrances that seem to originate from realms beyond the physical. There's the gossamer scent of aurora dancing across distant northern skies, the ethereal perfume of time itself moving like honey through the darkness, the crystalline aroma of dreams crystallizing in the space between heartbeats. These otherworldly fragrances work their subtle alchemy upon your consciousness, transforming the very act of breathing into a form of meditation. From the depths of the castle comes a sound so faint it might be imagination, the whispered conversations of sleeping portraits, their painted inhabitants sharing dreams across centuries of accumulated slumber. These murmured exchanges add another layer to the night's symphony, a reminder that you're not alone in your peaceful surrender, but part of a vast community of souls who have found sanctuary in this magical place. The astronomical instruments continue their silent vigil, their brass surfaces now glowing with an inner light that seems independent of moon or stars. These tools have transcended their original purpose, becoming instead focal points for the concentration of peace itself. Their presence creates nodes of tranquility throughout the chamber, each one radiating comfort in concentric circles that overlap and reinforce each other until the entire space thrums with accumulated serenity. Your body has achieved that rare state where physical sensation merges seamlessly with spiritual awareness. The boundary between flesh and stone, between your resting form and the tower that cradles it, dissolves like salt in warm water. You're becoming architecture yourself, another element in this ancient structure dedicated to the sacred art of rest and restoration. The stones beneath you no longer feel separate from your being. They've become extensions of your own peaceful essence. Above you, the Milky Way continues its eternal journey across the heavens, but its light has taken on qualities that exist beyond the electromagnetic spectrum. Each photon carries with it the accumulated dreams of distant worlds, the hopes of civilizations that learn to read peace in the patterns of their own night skies. This galactic river flows directly through your consciousness now, carrying you along currents of pure possibility toward shores that exist only in the realm of perfect sleep. The wind song has evolved into something that bypasses your ears entirely, speaking instead directly to the ancient wisdom encoded in your DNA. This cosmic language predates words, predates thought itself, communicating through vibrations that resonate in the spaces between atoms. Your cells remember this frequency from some primordial time when all life was connected by invisible threads of harmony, and tonight they're singing in response to its call. The temperature of the night air maintains its miraculous balance, that precise point where comfort becomes a living presence wrapping around your form like a cocoon spun from starlight and highland mist. This atmospheric perfection doesn't happen by chance. It's the result of countless variables aligning in service of your rest. The Earth's rotation, the Moon's gravitational pull, the thermal properties of ancient stone, all conspiring to create conditions where sleep becomes as inevitable as sunrise. Your heartbeat has slowed to match the fundamental frequency of existence itself. That deep pulse that governs the expansion of the universe and the spiral dance of galaxies. Each beat sends ripples through the fabric of space-time, tiny waves of peace that spread outward to touch distant stars and return with blessings from realms beyond imagination. You're not just resting, you're participating in the cosmic rhythm that holds all creation in its gentle embrace. The scents of the Highland night continue their alchemical transformation, becoming less fragrance and more essence, less aroma and more pure information delivered directly to your soul. Now there's the platinum perfume of comet tails brushing the edge of Earth's atmosphere, the diamond scent of pressure creating crystals in the planet's depths, the gold aroma of solar wind carrying messages between worlds. These stellar fragrances exist in dimensions beyond the physical, nourishing aspects of your being that have no names in any earthly language. From somewhere impossibly distant, yet intimately near, comes the sound of your own future dreams beginning to take shape. Whispered possibilities that exist in the space between this moment and the morning that will eventually come. These preview melodies of tomorrow's rest weave themselves into tonight's lullaby, creating temporal harmonies that span past, present, and future in a single eternal chord of peace. The tower's stones seem to breathe with accumulated wisdom now, each block pulsing with the gentle rhythm of centuries spent in patient observation of the night sky. They've absorbed not just heat and cold, light and shadow, but something infinitely more precious. The peaceful sighs of countless dreamers who have surrendered their weariness to this sacred space. Tonight, They exhale that stored tranquility like incense made from crystallized serenity. Your consciousness expands to encompass not just the tower, but the entire web of connections that link this moment to every other moment of peace in the universe's long history. You're part of an infinite network of rest, connected to every being that has ever found solace beneath stars, every soul that has discovered sanctuary in the embrace of night. This cosmic community of dreamers welcomes you with invisible arms, woven from shared experiences of perfect peace. The astronomical charts flutter in the breeze like prayer flags carrying wishes to celestial realms, their calculations and observations transforming into poetry, written in the language of mathematical beauty. These maps of the heavens have become love letters to the cosmos, expressions of humanity's deep longing to understand its place in the grand design. Tonight, they're plotting coordinates not for distant stars, but for the peaceful shores of restorative sleep. Above you, the constellations pulse with synchronized rhythm, their ancient patterns creating a vast mandala of light that encompasses the entire visible universe. Each star system contributes its own note to this cosmic symphony, generating harmonies that have been building for billions of years and will continue long after Earth itself has returned to stardust. You're listening to the universe's own lullaby, composed in frequencies that speak directly to the soul. The night air moves through the chamber with the fluid grace of liquid peace, each molecule carrying healing properties distilled from the dreams of mountains and the whispered prayers of highland streams. This atmospheric medicine penetrates deeper than breath itself, working its restorative magic at the cellular level where true healing begins. You're breathing not just air, but the very essence of tranquility concentrated into molecular form. Your body has found its perfect resonance with the tower's own harmonic frequency, creating a state of sympathetic vibration where stone and flesh sing together in perfect unity. This acoustic marriage produces overtones that exist only in the space between matter and spirit, generating healing frequencies that dissolve tension at its source and replace it with the deepest possible peace. From the black lake far below comes the whispered wisdom of water that has reflected every phase of the moon, every configuration of stars, every moment of peace that has ever blessed this ancient landscape. These liquid memories rise on currents of night air, carrying with them the accumulated serenity of countless still nights when the lake served as a mirror for dreams seeking their reflection in the world of form. The wind carries new gifts with each gentle shift, bringing fragrances that speak of the interconnectedness of all existence. There's the opal scent of quantum entanglement linking distant particles in eternal dance, the pearl perfume of gravity waves rippling through space-time, the crystal aroma of consciousness itself recognizing its own infinite nature. These metaphysical fragrances work their subtle transformation upon your awareness, preparing it for the journey into realms where ordinary logic dissolves into pure knowing. Your breathing has become so subtle that it seems to merge with the respiration of the earth itself, that vast inhale and exhale that governs weather patterns and ocean currents, the migration of continents and the birth of mountains. Each breath you take participates in this planetary rhythm, adding your small contribution to the grand symphony of atmospheric exchange that has been playing since life first learned to breathe. The boundary between sleeping and waking has become as permeable as morning mist, allowing consciousness to flow freely between states without the jarring transitions that usually mark such passages. You're discovering that rest and awareness aren't opposites, but different expressions of the same fundamental peace, complementary aspects of being that can coexist in perfect harmony when conditions are aligned with cosmic intention. Above you, shooting stars continue to trace messages of blessing across the infinite pages of night. Each meteoric flash carrying personal wishes from corners of the universe so distant their light began its journey before Earth was born. These cosmic messengers arrive precisely when you need them most, their brief brilliance serving as celestial punctuation marks in the universe's ongoing love letter to all who seek peace beneath its vast embrace. The tower's circular architecture creates a perfect lens for focusing cosmic energies, concentrating streams of tranquility into a single point of absolute peace, exactly where your consciousness rests. You're positioned at the sacred center of this stone mandala, where all the forces of earth and sky converge to create conditions of perfect rest. The ancient builders understood sacred geometry in ways that modern minds can barely fathom, encoding their wisdom into stone that continues to serve its peaceful purpose, centuries after their names were forgotten. Your awareness drifts beyond the confines of individual identity now, expanding to encompass the entire tower, the sleeping castle, the peaceful countryside stretching away in all directions beneath the star-filled dome of night. You're becoming landscape itself, your consciousness merging with the ancient stones and highland winds, the distant waters and eternal stars. This dissolution doesn't diminish your essential nature but reveals it, showing you that you were always part of something infinitely larger and more beautiful than any single form could contain. The night sounds weave themselves into a tapestry of auditory peace so complete that silence and sound become indistinguishable, each supporting the other in a dance of acoustic perfection. The whisper of wind through stone arches harmonizes with the quantum hum of atoms dancing in their eternal patterns, while the distant call of night creatures provides percussion for the bass note of your own slowing pulse. This is the music of existence itself, the soundtrack to the universe's own peaceful dreams. From somewhere beyond the reach of ordinary senses comes the sound of time itself, moving like honey through the crystalline structure of space-time. Each moment stretching and flowing into the next with liquid grace. Past and future converge into an eternal present where only peace exists, where every worry dissolves before it can fully form, where rest becomes not just a temporary state, but the fundamental nature of being itself. The astronomical instruments pulse with their own inner light now, their brass surfaces glowing with accumulated starshine as they transform from tools of measurement into vessels of pure comfort. These scientific instruments have transcended their original purpose, becoming instead focal points for the concentration of healing energy that flows through the chamber like a gentle river of light. Their presence creates islands of tranquility in the ocean of peace that surrounds your resting form. Your body has achieved that miraculous state where every cell vibrates in harmony with the cosmic frequency, where the rhythm of your heart matches the pulse of distant pulsars, where the electrical patterns in your nervous system mirror the aurora dancing across polar skies. You're not just resting in the universe. You've become a conscious expression of its infinite capacity for peace and restoration. The wind shifts with the turning of the earth, bringing new mysteries from hidden corners of the Scottish Highlands, where ancient secrets sleep beneath layers of peat and heather. There's the whispered wisdom of standing stones that have marked the passage of celestial cycles since before written history began. The murmured prayers of holy wells where pilgrims once sought healing. The gentle benedictions of mountain peaks that have watched over this land since the ice retreated and life began to flourish in its wake. Above you, the cosmic dance continues with infinite patience and perfect grace. each star and planet following trajectories calculated by forces that understand beauty as the highest form of mathematics. The universe reveals itself as the ultimate work of art, a masterpiece painted in light and shadow across the canvas of space and time. Tonight, you're both observer and participant in this grand exhibition, your peaceful rest adding another brushstroke to the eternal portrait of cosmic harmony. The gentle current of dreams draws you now beyond the last moorings of conscious thought, into realms where healing happens as naturally as starlight falling on still water. Your consciousness dissolves into the night itself, becoming one with the darkness that cradles galaxies and the silence that holds all sound. In this perfect dissolution, you discover not emptiness but fullness beyond measure, not absence but presence so complete that it encompasses all possible forms of being. The tower holds you safely, while the cosmos sings its eternal lullabies. Your rest blessed by forces that have tended to dreamers since the first night fell upon the world. Here in your astronomical sanctuary, suspended between Earth and infinity, cradled by ancient stones and infinite stars, all is profoundly, perfectly, eternally well. The last whisper of awareness fades into the vast ocean of restorative sleep, where your soul will find exactly what it needs to awaken, refreshed and renewed with the coming dawn. The ancient stones beneath you have become conduits for something far beyond earthly understanding, their crystalline structure resonating with frequencies that existed before matter learned to organize itself into solid form. Each granite molecule vibrates with the accumulated peace of geological ages, creating harmonics that penetrate your being at the subatomic level, where thoughts are born and worries dissolve into their component particles of light. Your consciousness has become as vast as the Highland night itself, encompassing not just the tower, but the entire web of starlight that connects this moment to every other instant of perfect rest in the universe's infinite memory. The boundary between your awareness and the cosmic mind that dreams all existence into being has become as permeable as the membrane between dimensions, allowing peace to flow freely between the personal and universal realms of being. The wind carries with it now the whispered secrets of Aurora Borealis dancing across Arctic skies, their ethereal ribbons of green and gold light carrying messages from solar storms that began their journey 93 million miles away. These electromagnetic prayers arrive as gentle caresses against your skin, invisible benedictions that speak directly to the electromagnetic field of your own heart, synchronizing your personal rhythm with the pulse of the magnetosphere itself. From somewhere beyond the reach of earthly senses comes the sound of galaxies breathing, their spiral arms expanding and contracting in cycles that span billions of years, yet somehow perfectly match the rhythm of your own gentle respiration. This cosmic breath carries with it the dreams of civilizations that learn to read peace in the quantum fluctuations of empty space, their accumulated wisdom flowing through your consciousness like a river of liquid starlight. The astronomical instruments throughout the chamber have transcended their physical forms entirely now, becoming instead geometric patterns of pure comfort that exist primarily in the spaces between atoms. Their brass and bronze surfaces serve as focusing lenses for healing energies that originate in the hearts of distant suns, concentrating stellar medicine into doses perfectly calibrated for your soul's deepest need for restoration and renewal. Your body has discovered its perfect harmonic resonance with the fundamental frequency of existence itself. That primordial vib emerged in the cosmic moment when silence learned to sing itself into form. Every ration from which all matter and energy first rhythm, remembering its connection to the source cell in your being pulses with this original from which all peace flows, like an inexhaustible spring of liquid tran through the tower with the fluid grace of time-quility. The night air moves itself made visible, each molecule carrying healing properties that lie all physical manifestation. This atmospheric medicine penetrates the work directly upon the quantum fields that under very fabric of space-time around your resting form, creating pockets of accelerated healing where years of accumulated tension dissolve in moments of perfect release. The star patterns above continue their eternal choreography, but their light has evolved beyond mere electromagnetic radiation into something approaching pure information, each photon encoded with the accumulated wisdom of every peaceful moment that has ever blessed any world orbiting any sun in any galaxy throughout the infinite expanse of cosmic history. This stellar library downloads directly into your consciousness, filling your dreams with knowledge that transcends all earthly learning. The stones of the tower pulse with their own internal light now, as if the accumulated starshine of centuries has finally reached critical mass and begun to glow with self-sustaining luminescence. This architectural phosphorescence creates a cocoon of gentle radiance that exists primarily in spectrums beyond visible light, bathing your resting form in frequencies that encourage the deepest possible cellular regeneration and spiritual renewal. Your heartbeat has synchronized not just with the Earth's rotation, but with the expansion of the universe itself, that fundamental pulse that governs the rate at which space itself grows larger with each passing moment. Each beat of your heart participates in this cosmic inflation, sending ripples through the fabric of reality that carry your peaceful intentions to the furthest reaches of existence and return with blessings from realms beyond imagination. The scents carried on the Highland breeze have evolved into something that exists entirely in the realm of pure essence. Fragrances that bypass the olfactory system entirely and work directly upon the parts of consciousness that remember what it was like before form, when awareness existed as pure potential in the quantum foam from which all realities emerge. These primordial perfumes carry the signature of peace itself, concentrated into molecular prayers that transform the very act of breathing into a form of cosmic communion. And so, as the last threads of awareness dissolve into the infinite tapestry of night, you find yourself cradled not just by ancient stones and starlight, but by something far greater, the universe's own gentle embrace. The Astronomy Tower has fulfilled its sacred purpose once again, transforming from mere architecture into a vessel of pure tranquility, carrying another weary soul safely across the threshold between waking and dreams. Here, suspended between Earth and cosmos, you've discovered what countless generations of stargazers have known, that true peace comes not from escaping the world, but from remembering your place within the grand symphony of existence itself. Sweet dreams, dear traveler, until the stars call you home again.